Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Zettle and the updates that have just appeared on the system itself. Now, the reason we're doing this video is because a lot of you guys have been reaching out to us and asking, can Zettle do this? Can Zettle do that? Has it ability to do X, Y, Z? And unfortunately, majority of the time, especially if we're talking about the Zettle terminal, which is the majority of what we've been talking about, then the answer's been no. And that's more of a software limitation than a hardware limitation. So the fact that there's been some updates to the software gives us some hope that that means that some of your questions that you're wanting to be answered can finally be achieved on the Zettle ecosystem. With that being said, let's go straight into it and find out what the new changes are and how that can affect you. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I'm a chartered accountant, certified UK trainer with a fancy new logo, that QuickBooks Chap on the internet, and also head of accounts here at Boffix. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how Zettle has had a software update, which could answer some of those questions that people have been asking us. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, so the update is all related to this element here, save cart for later. They've also included a dark mode. I'm not too interested in dark mode. What I care about is functionality. And this functionality is something that people have been asking for a long time. See, the paid for solution used to be great because it used to be able to make it so that people in the hospitality sector actually had some great ways of being able to work with Zettle to make things work for us. See, in the hospitality sector, most of the time, you want to encourage your people who, especially if they're staying and actually eating in the venue. So maybe you've got a cafe or a bar or something like that. Really, you want to encourage them to be able to stay there for a longer period of time, add to a tab and pay that tab later. You think how much more money you can get from that by being able to try and incentivize people to stay longer and be able to keep it going. And that whole idea that they're not actually, quote unquote, buying those items straight away, they get one bill at the end, psychologically, and there's been proven facts, it is a great way to be able to actually be able to make more money. Also, when there's consideration that you might have one person wanting to split the bill, maybe it's a wedding venue and it's got, you know, the ability that the father of the bride's paying for a set amount or whatever it's going to be. There's all these little scenarios where actually being able to not just have to pay for each individual one there and then is going to be better for everyone. So in this case, what we've got here is got save cart for later. And the interesting thing for me is this bit here where it says, not ready to pay, just hit save and fill up the till. Open a cart from any device. Now, to me, any device means any device in the ecosystem, where it should be the fact that this bad boy, the terminal, should actually have the opportunity to be able to utilize it in a better situation. Okay, so for this update then, what that basically means is if I jump into my sell section, I now have a view saved cart section just here. We've also had an update to the gift cards as well, so I'll cover that in a moment. But imagine that this was more of a hospitality environment. I've got some people who come in bringing them in, and I want to save that cart. I have the option of putting a description, so I could say table 2, and in fact I even have the option to click on here what table number it's going to be and press save. So what that means now then, I can view my saved card at any point, I can bring it up and I can continue to add to it. So maybe they wanted that and then they wanted that. Now I press save, that saves, and then as long as I then have the ability to keep going back to here at any point at the end of it, I can press the payment methods as normal and I can pay for those as needed. Now the key for this for me is going to be if we get the terminal out itself. Now it said on any device, so in theory that means that from the terminal side of things I should be able to go in here and I should be able to press settle and go to my cart, and cart says empty, and at no point do I have the opportunity to go in and actually bring this in. So if I was also going to maybe wanting to create my own cart, so I wanted Sony headphones, I wanted this one, I don't have the option here to save cart. Now originally I thought, it must be a software issue. So I went to updates, had a look at updates, and you'll notice I'm on the most up-to-date version. Actually, this is really disappointing because this software here should be working in parity to what's happening with your main Zettle software. And ideally, this device would have been perfectly suited for it. Now, imagine that scenario. This here is you're at your main desk, you've had the people come in, they've had the bookings, they've added a load of stuff, and then as your staff's walking around and maybe adding some extra items to it, this would be the perfect device for you to be able to be at the table, taking those actual elements, adding them to it, and you're good to go. So again, at this moment in time, it looks like those updates haven't come through. And that whole idea that it works on any device doesn't really stay true. That being said, there has been some other updates. The update is relating to gift card. So you can see here that I have the option to pay by gift card. I can even scan that gift card in. The way gift cards work on here, if I go to my settings and look at the gift card area, you have the option of saying what the expiry date is going to be, how the gift cards are going to be presented. Zettle do sell their own pre-made gift cards, then you can just scan in and top up accordingly. And you also have your email gift cards there as well. Or you could have your own physical gift cards if you just want to kind of have them ready to go. Now I'm going to just use the email option for this particular one. I'm just going to run through how that bit works. So I'm going to press the gift card option up here. I'm just going to add £1 to it and I'm going to press next. Now at this point I need to say what my email address is going to be. So let's say hello@boffix.com and press next. And it's generated my code for me. And it's also emailed it to me as well. Now for completeness, just to make my life easy, I'm actually just going to take a photo of this, add to cart, make the payment, and then let's just make a payment for that gift card just there. So using the old card reader, I was able to make that payment. I don't need a receipt for this one, and I don't need to save the customer. Now in theory then, this is where I could use this element of it. Let's say that I want to charge for it and I want to pay for it by a gift card. Well, at this point, the only way I can get a gift card in there is by entering that code, and it is giving me the chance to redeem that code there. Pay my £1, and that card's been paid for. I had £1 on my gift card utilised and £1 on this card as well. Payment approved, all gone through nicely. I can even press print this off, and we'll see here that it's actually referring to the fact that it's not just paid by the gift card, but also by card payment. You can see both those payments there. If I go back to the iPad though and have a look at my gift card area, you'll see that I had this card and when it was redeemed, what the balance is. So at any point you can see how that card is looking and how that card's been reflected. Obviously it'd be a lot easier if we did have the ability to go in and scan the cards and go through from there, and I think that would make this whole process a lot easier. Having to type in the gift card number is a bit laborious, but you know, it works as intended. Gift card management on the terminal. So on here I can go in and nope, don't have anything to do with the gift card. Interesting, what we will check actually, if I create a new gift card on here, again, let's just do £1, next. Sign a code. Each gift card needs to have a code for tracking and redeeming. Select how you want to do it. I'm just going to generate a random code, add to cart, and then from here, what I want to do is charge. I'm going to charge as a card. Show that system again. And then let's print this off. Randomly on here though, this receipt you had doesn't give you any information about that gift card itself. So I've sold now this gift card, and on here there is no way for me to be able to tell the client or the customer what that gift card is. Again, this is another kind of flaw of this. On the device itself, this means that we now don't have an ability to be able to manage gift cards at all. We were given that one-time code, so I suppose I could have taken a photo and WhatsApp that photo to the customer maybe. Not great at all, is it? But I was expecting maybe the code to be on here. And on here it's just telling me I've bought a gift card for £1, and that's all I've got. Now, if I went back to my iPad and let's go and refresh that gift cards, then yeah, the card is there. It's now unredeemed for £1. I can, you know, utilize it. I can see where it was sold from. It was on my terminal, and I could email it to the person here if I needed to. But if this is all you had, gift cards don't quite work, other than being able to redeem them. It's just a bit of a hassle on it to code in. Let's just see what options we get on here. Let's complete the cycle. Now, one of the ways we can make the whole experience a lot easier is if I do email it to myself, I do get a nice little barcode, and I get a nice little thing. This is the email that they get to the customer. Your gift card for Apple Arbitrage in this case. Here's my code, here's my barcode as well. Does mean that if I did payment method or went to gift cards and scan the barcode, I can actually scan it straight in, redeem card. That's actually a much, much better way of doing it. Okay, in conclusion then, this update that's just come through is definitely a much needed update. This is what we need to be able to bring the standard Zettle software back up into par to what the subscription software was. Bringing us the ability to add a cart later and then utilize it, absolutely love. Definitely something that's going to help a lot of our clients out. And I know a lot of the people outside that have been watching these videos, that's just one of the features you've been desperate for. And now you don't need to use a third party to achieve that. So thumbs up for that one. The problem is it's just making this device more and more frustrating, because we've always said on this channel that it's the hardware limitation that's frustrating, in terms of the fact that there's no Bluetooth connectivity. I assume it's for battery reasons, but that does limit the amount of third-party accessories we can have. We do then have the ability then, though, to fall back on what the software can do. Now, the software itself, in theory, should be feature parity to what this is, to what the iPad or the Zettle standard software can do. Really, whatever you can do on there, unless it's hardware specific. So, you know, the fact of the matter is that the iPad doesn't have a way of automatically taking card payments yet, more on that later, but it is then having the ability to be able to have the fact that they should be feature parity to if there's no hardware restriction whatsoever, and this isn't, and this seems to be, hopefully I'm wrong here, seems to be left behind already. This should be that if there's a new update coming to that software on the iPad, then this software should get that as well. And then it kind of adds bits to it, but it doesn't add all of it. So we've got the ability to be able to add gift cards, but I can't go in and actually look at my gift cards to be able to manage them in any way. There is no physical way, if I'm going to select a gift card on here, to pass that code to them, unless you want to take a photo or tell them to write it down somewhere. The whole system doesn't quite work the way it should do. Yes, if I use this in conjunction with another device, I can get around that, but I shouldn't need to have another device. The whole point is that this should be able to do everything you need. Now, granted, when it comes to gift cards, I suppose the target market for what this setting and this terminal is for, you're probably not going to be doing many gift cards during there. But it's still frustrating that that functionality is only half-baked. Or, as it is for the whole adding carts and be able to maximize carts, even though it does say that it's available on all devices, we don't have the ability to add carts at all. So, updates are fantastic. The implementation of the updates on the terminal is not good at all, very frustrating. But keep yourself subscribed, keep yourself locked to this channel. As soon as there is updates on there, I'm sure we'll do another video letting you know how the terminal, hopefully, fingers crossed, gets updated in the not too distant future. My name's been Patrick. Hopefully this video has been useful to you. If it has, please make sure you thumbs up, smash that like button, all that sort of stuff, and maybe even share it to a few of your friends. I've been Patrick. This video has been an absolute pleasure to do for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.